Warning, this video was inspired by Cinema Sins and their awesome series Everything Wrong With. This video is intended for comedy purposes only. I love ReZero. Creepy, I wish I had a girlfriend stare. What's the bet that this store clerk goes home and cries himself to sleep every night after having to listen to that f***ing song all day? Whoa, someone's had a little bit too much to drink. I think at this stage we'd all be screaming, curled up in the fetal position and crying harder than the store clerk after a long shift. Well, that's not where my mind would immediately go, but okay. Running and looking at your stolen prize and not where you're going is not the smartest way to flee with your loot, and to top it off, you're on a roof. Little girl thief is incredibly lucky when it comes to guessing where wagons are going to be when she jumps off of a rooftop. What would happen if there was little traffic, or an accident? She'd just straight up jump and die. But I guess when you can defy the laws of gravity, it doesn't matter anyway. Woman lays in road for 12 seconds before someone rescues her, and I'm suing her because she's too damn lazy to get up and walk out of the way. Knight in shining armor ex machina. Also, the guy driving the wagon is a dick for not even slowing down. Why do you assume there's magic? Concentrate on what you do know. You're in a world surrounded by strange looking creatures. Freak out a little, would you? Everything you've seen so far points that there is no magic, so stop giving it so much thought. Inhabitants of the strange parallel universe just happen to speak Japanese. Okay, just because they speak Japanese, why would you think yen would work when literally every single thing in this world is different? Shopkeeper goes from 0 to 100 on the angerometer in 3 seconds flat. Shopkeeper also makes the assumption for no reason that he's broke, even though he's only tried to hand over one type of money. This is why you have no customers. Accidentally walked into the woman's bathroom cliche. That's racist. Why can't you? He only turned you around by your shoulder. You never had one. Must be because it's one of those new waterproof flip phones. Because you'll one day be able to trick countless people that it's in fact something decent and worth money. You are not in a game. Why would you assume a cute girl would summon you? Is that actually something that happens a lot in these kinds of stories? Did you actually see someone summon you? Because that wasn't mentioned. Mushroom head. You are not in a game. Fuck it. These three decide not to try and steal from the young girl, preferring to take on a grown man. Pervert gets turned on by beating up a teenager. She had her insignia stolen from her pocket in broad daylight and didn't at least see that it wasn't a giant dude, a tall, skinny guy with white hair, or mushroom boy. How can you see him clearly in a dark alleyway when he's on the floor surrounded and is actually just wearing a black top? Yeah, you will. Of course it was. So, saving your life, staying with you whilst you're unconscious, making you comfortable, and healing your wounds is considered a normal favor? Muscle vision. No, you're not. Subaru places more importance over an object of which he knows nothing of its significance over helping a small, scared and lost child. Simple magic trick convinces scared child to follow two complete strangers. 道理で可愛いと思った。エルフは美人ってのはお約束だもんな。
もう、スバルのおたんこなす。
Gaining compliments equals getting angry.
ここは捜査の基本だ。
捜査の基本？
そう、現場100回ってやつ。
Then why didn't you do this first?
この子が迷子になったのを見つけてくれたんですよ。
Angry reaction to being told that they found your lost daughter. Being poor, these people have nothing better to do than sit and stand around watching other people.
本当にここにいるのか？
Subaru asks Amelia if she is sure this is where Felt ran off to, despite the fact that the shop vendor actually said that she was in the slums.
まあ平均的には9時から5時が理想かな。
Parallel universe with no clocks uses the same numbered time system as Earth.
9時5時とか公務員みてえだな。精霊の雇用形態も案外シビア。
9 to 5 is actually considered to be very decent working hours.
無理させてごめんね、パック。
Hold on, all Puck has literally done is sit there until Subaru woke up on his lap. Hardly a difficult day's work. Removing a sin for an anime actually knowing when and how to make proper use of CGI. Lantern X Machina. Great, this world has creepy dolls as well. At this point there'd be a me-sized shape in the front door. Donkey impression. Quickest way to the slums is via the same abandoned one-way back alley.
馬鹿げた話なんだが。じいさん、最近死んだことないか？
You're right, that is a dumb question. Someone should remind these kids that being poor doesn't stop them from doing anything other than standing around and staring at people. Subaru still hasn't figured it out, after having woken up during daylight hours, running into an alleyway and meeting the same people who say and do the same things as earlier, and finding old man Rom alive, and yet is still surprised when Felt says that she doesn't know him.
毒、釣り針、クソったれ。
Pointless password is pointless.
こっちは宝石付きの代物だ。しかもそれなりに苦労して手に入れた。
Did the insignia having a jewel impact on the difficulty of stealing it?
教えてねえよ。
The password has now been rendered entirely pointless.
こっちだ。座るかい？
部外者が多い気がするのだけれど。
Actually, hate to be that guy, but several refers to more than two, so yeah.
お様でした。これはお返しするわね。
Being overly polite after killing the owner. Worst attack in anime ever. Hot girl is turned on by banter.
あなたの腹渡はとても綺麗な色をしていると思ったの。
Wouldn't everyone's guts pretty much look all the same and be red in color? I'm sinning until told otherwise, so any doctors out there, get to the comment section. The human body loses 2 degrees Celsius within the first hour of death, so at this point in time he wouldn't have lost any body heat at all.
自分のことばっかでごめん。でも無事でよかった。さてら。
あなた、どういうつもり？
You still haven't figured it out yet? You even said you died, so why would you think that she'd remember you?
このための足止め？あなたも来る？
Does it really matter? Shouldn't you be following the girl that literally just stole from you and not stop to reprimand the stranger? 1 minute 30 seconds of intro.
いい加減にしろよ。証拠にもないにも程があるだろうが。なんだその態度は。
He still doesn't realize. Ah, fuck it.
ロム G に食われたはず。なんでだ。これは。
Now he gets it.
なあ、おっちゃん。俺のこの顔見るのって何度目？
Okay, obviously not.
名付けて死に戻り。
Hooray! My god, you are incredibly dumb for taking the same f***ing alleyway every time. This is a big ass city and you've experienced death and beating at the hands of these three, yet still you wander into the same situation every time.
消せ、ラインハルトか。
自己紹介の必要はなさそうだ。もっともその2つ名は僕にはまだ重すぎる。
It's not a nickname, it's a title. You should know this stuff, Reinhard. Strongest man in the known world calls his own strength modest.
僕一人じゃこうはいかなかった。
No, it wouldn't have.
何があっても盗品蔵には近づくなって伝えてくれ。 探し物は必ずこの俺が見つけて届けるからって。
But how will you know where she is?
情交換しちまいたいところだが。あっと。
ごめんなさい、大丈夫かしら。
Anime gets a sin removed for being 1 in a million and not having the main character bump into an attractive woman and then fall onto her, potentially groping her breasts and saying ow 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 during the process. Felt attacks the person who barely looked inside her house. Why? Because you.
汗だらだらだぜ。
You were literally just running around and trying to kill him. Perhaps that's why he's sweaty.
強く生きろよ。
貧民街だとみんなそれ言うんだけど、なんかスローガンなの？
あんな奴らと一緒にすんな。
Well, she is right. So far all we've seen them do is stand and or sit around and stare at people walking by.
お前に依頼したやつだって正金貨20枚が限界だ。それ以上は出してこない。
なんであんたがそれ知ってんだよ。
Yeah, that was a pretty dumb thing to say.
ほんとしつこい女だなあんた。いい加減諦めろっつうのに。
Says the girl who stole from her.
ああ、まあいいじゃねえか。ベルト気象返してやれよ。
なんで急に親身になってくれてるの？
You literally just met him for the first time and all he said was give her back her insignia, so he's not suddenly doing anything. Serial killer gets in without anyone seeing her, making any noise, and without opening the door.
精霊はまだお腹を割ってみたことないから。
I'm willing to take a bet that despite being this hot, she hasn't got a boyfriend.
俺にとっての理不尽はつまりお前でこの状況で。チャンネルはそのままでどう？
The fourth wall is breaking.
時間稼ぎ終了。やっちまえパック！
僕の名前はパック。
Wait, when did they formulate this plan? How did Subaru know Puck needed time to save up mana for an attack?
高い慣れしてるな。女の子なの。
That's sexist.
女の子なんだからそういうのは僕感心しないな。
That's sexist. Also, she said she thought she was going to die. So what is there to find impressive? Is it unimpressive that she lived? Come on, makes sense. Magical ice shoe ex machina.
ちょっと救われた。ちょっとだけだけどな。あ、ちょっとガキとか言うんじゃねえよ。
This is not the time for this.
私はこれでも15だ。兄ちゃんとほとんど変わんねえだろ。
俺は今年で18だ。
逃げねえガキすぎね。
So you are not a kid at 15, but he is at 17? Obviously math is not widely taught in the city slums. Announcing your attack before you do it cliché. Standing and letting your killer attack you is not smart.
俺は18。多分お前がこの中で一番年下ってことになる。したらお前が生きる確率が一番高いとか選ぶのが当たり前だ。当たり前なんだ。
Pointless conversation during battle is pointless. Stop announcing your attacks in advance.
俺すげえ。
Turning your head away and complimenting your abilities in battle is the quickest way to die.
こっちの相手も忘れないでよね。
Announcing yourself before you attack. Ah, fuck it. What the fuck? Is that Club Hollow inside? Slum dwellers act like dicks.
無事に治ってもらって、その恩を逆手に情報を聞き出すの。
I know this is just the way she acts, but what more information could you say you even possibly need? You know the girl who stole from you, the guy she planned to have help her sell it, and the person who hired her to do the job. Letting your enemy power up and talk to you and not attacking back cliché. This scene is incredible. In fact, the whole battle is, and again it's a fantastic use of CGI, so I'm going to remove 5 sins.
無理をさせてしまったね。
Sword apology. Pointless dagger throw.
いずれこの場にいる全員の腹を切り開いてあげる。
Villain makes a threat before leaving cliché.
それまではせいぜい腹渡を可愛がっておいて。
Parting nutritional advice. Also, why let her leave? She didn't even have any weapons left after throwing her last one at you, and you have a sword. If you can't draw it unless your opponent is really strong, then there's definitely no reason to carry it around, much less on your day off. You're better off having 2 swords, one casual and your dragon one. Just saying. Wound opens up long after battle cliché. Also, Elsa the Bowel Hunter left a grenade in his stomach.
ラインハルト、痛いっつの離せ。
Reinhard hurts the arm of a potential ruling candidate because f*** you. Hands-free chloroform. Interior decorator decided to place a single painting outside a guest room in the entire mansion.
召喚者としてちょっと不備が目立つぞ。
This is not a game. Oh, I give up.
ゲームマスターからしたら全部のイベント踏んでほしい気持ちはわかるけどな。すまね。
Girl wears the smallest, most pointless hat in the history of ever. Subaru acting rapey.
ラジオ体操の真髄を叩き込んじゃるぜ。
Insert inappropriate joke here.
ロズワール様がお戻りになられました。どうかお屋敷へ。
Jinx, buy me a coat.
飯の前の余興にいちいちピエロ雇ってんのが。
That's racist.
こう見えてレムの料理はちょっとしたものだよ。
That's racist too. Small pointless hat number 2.
秘密を知られたからには生かして返さん展開になるかと思ったぜ。
Well, that's coming.
新しい王の選出に向けて動いているところなんだよ。
Singing talk. Return of the groping hands.
他に会うのなかったの？スバル。
女物ならなぜかあったんだが。
Wait, why did you try and girl stuff? This is f***ing straight up weird.
お客様。お腹痛そうだけど。
What gave you that idea?
まさか漏らしちゃった？
What gave you that idea?
つい3、4時間前に無神経なお前をからかってやったばかりなのよ。
お前は俺のこと覚えてんだよな。
She just said that she ran into you a few hours ago, you donut. Wait, I thought Alex Louis Armstrong was the only man allowed to sparkle.
Destroy and create. It's the grand currency of the universe, and it's the charge of the Armstrong!
おー、美少女は可愛く着飾って人の目を楽しませる義務があると主張したいね、俺は。
That's sexist.
姉様ならともかく、レムが着飾っても誰も喜びませんよ。
Oh, yes, they would. Not learning from a mistake equals a sin. Aww, she's going to kill you.
実は近くの村に超ラブリーな犬畜生がいてさ。
Shaman dog with a bald patch that's bitten you twice is referred to as cute. Comes into room to help teach Subaru to read and write, leaves 2 minutes 16 seconds later having only accomplished to go out on a date. A clearly sick Subaru is considered suspect enough to warrant being violently killed. I know Rem attacked him due to him having the Witcher scent on him, but what exactly would she have told Emilia come morning? And was she on her way to his room to kill him, or just stalk in the corridors and decided it last minute?
けどそれが分かっても説明できる証拠も未然に防ぐ手段も俺の手の中にはね。
She was spinning way too quickly if we're supposed to believe he was simply walking around her in a circle. He also wouldn't have been able to do a very decent walk around her with that table in the way.
部屋に入った虫を追っ払う方法が書いてあるかしら。
証拠に虫湧いてんのか。最悪だなそれ。
Subaru doesn't get this hint.
え？
He survives this.
この花壇、昨日レムが動物の糞を肥料に撒いてたのよね。
3秒ルール。脳幹だよね。
It counted. If you're making a list and have no intention of suspecting Roswell, then writing down his name and putting misleading isn't necessary. Just don't write down his name. This hedgerow, which was bare moments ago, is now fully grown. Does Emilia just spend all of her day waiting outside this window?
泣いた赤鬼とか。
泣いた赤鬼。
Because Ram has red hair, she instinctively responds to every sentence that has the word red in it.
登場人物にバカしかいないんじゃないの？とラムは思うわ。赤鬼も青鬼も、村人たちも。
Ram is a dick to storybook characters.
願うばかりで尻拭いは人任せの赤鬼と、自己犠牲に浸るバカな青鬼と。
You're holding out both fingers at the same time and then verbally naming the two choices makes it confusing as to which one is which.
トイレ掃除とか上手だよな。
Maybe this is why they wanted him dead. A fall from this distance and at the angle he fell probably would have broken his spine in two. Subaru the bullfighter.
嘘だろ。レム。
Nope.
どうしてこんなことを。ってありきたりなセリフ言っていいか。
Hey, that's my line.
疑わしきは罰せよ。メイドとしての心得です。
Really? What a f***ed up rule for the occupation of a maid. He's flashing her. I think giving actual answers during this scene would have proved to be more useful to his survival than just keep talking about how much he likes Emilia. This whole scene is packed to the brim with emotion and stands as a testament to the wonderful voice acting of the main character. And for this, and for the whole scene, I'm removing 5 sins.
ベティの居場所は禁書庫だけなのよ。
What's so forbidden about it anyway? So far, Subaru, who is a complete stranger, has been able to head inside and even look at and read a few of the books, and he's an outsider.
呼んでる。
え？
呼ばれているかしら。
Telepathic phone calls.
スバルお願い。あなたがレムを救ってあげられるなら。
It's hard to save a corpse, even in this world, surely. Subaru puts on his very best I did it face. Surely Subaru wouldn't have had to have spoken about return by death at all in order to explain a situation that involves him having nothing to do with her death. You could have just said you're sorry for her loss and explained how you've been with Beatrice for the last few days, and as such would have clearly had nothing to do with Rem's death. Apparently Subaru is using Felt's anti-gravity boots for the amount of air he got on this jump.
騒がしいから見に来てみたら。
Well, they were only talking, not shouting, so don't lie, Amelia. Also, this mansion is gigantic, so where exactly is she when she keeps hearing loud noises coming from his room?
困ったな。ちょっと急にゲートを。
Manna fart.
ちゃんと蓋閉めてない醤油か。
That's a reference they won't understand. Creepy sequence is still creepy the second time around. Keeping a full suit of armor in your storage cupboard. This is just painful to watch.
もっとうまく笑わせられるはずだ。
Your survival does not directly relate to your comedic abilities. Puking. Why are you filling up the entire sink with water when all you're doing is being sick into it? The result will be a sink full of water and floating bits of food. Naked body flashback. I would imagine by now her legs would be 100% numb and should be unable to walk properly for an hour.
こうして見てると、その気も失せますね。
And so the harem was born.
死に至るってパターンが。だったら、前回レムが呪術師の手にかかったのも納得できる。
Talking about Rem being killed in front of someone probably doesn't help people mistrusting Subaru.
若返った。
Perverted old lady is perverted.
頭頂部に10円ハゲがあんな。傷がどこにぶつけ。
Making the same mistake 3 f***ing times in a row.
君にも任せるよ、スバル君。エミリア様のことだけはしっかり頼むよ。
Oh, I gotcha. Wink wink nudge nudge.
スバル、どこか行くの？大きい声が聞こえたから降りてきてみたら。
My god, you've got some super f***ing hearing abilities, Amelia. Where did she keep that big old thing anyway? There's one logical place I can think of, but I'm going to go ahead and say magic.
レムさんそれって。
ご信用です。
And murdering guests.
おい、なんて言った？ペトラ！
Falling unconscious midway through a vitally important sentence cliche. So the barrier was down around the village and that allowed Mabbeys to be able to get in. But how did they get the children from point A to point B? These Mabbeys are all dogs, so it would be really difficult to transport them. If the kids wandered into the forest due to the curse, then why didn't Subaru do the same when it affected him? Damn, so many questions. Doberman Rhino. Nope, that would hurt. A lot. The best defense is no defense. Zombie Rem. Fully awake flashback. This reference will make no sense at all here, given that cameras do not exist. You just stopped her from going after her sister, and then asked a pointless question like this. Baka.
来るつもり。
ああ、戦いになったら俺は超足引っ張るからな。
Pointless rambling is pointless. Getting a sword flashback.
村一番の技物だ。
あんがとよ。
How do you know? Did you hold a competition to find that out? Did all the kids wake up at the same time and then hold a meeting where it was decided they would all run to the village square to see off Subaru? Another flashback. Given what just happened and how unawares you were taken, you should really keep your sword unsheathed.
夏木スバル天地無用の雑用見習いロズワル邸の機体の下男お前ラムには迷惑かけ通しとったが
Are you giving her a list of reasons to kill you or to remember you?
話の途中で撲殺とかしつけやがってねえぞ。
Mabby's Dex Machina.
角一本でこの力。これがもし2本の角を持っていたら。
Saying that in front of her sister like a dick.
レムもお姉ちゃんを見習って頑張らない。
Putting too much pressure on your child cliche.
レムもいつかきっとすごい力を見せてくれる。
Easy for you to say.
姉ちゃん。
Losing the nuts is the least of worries. You almost died.
だったらレムはもう何もしなくていい。
Flashback Rem is lazy. That's fucking mean.
いいか、俺の故郷には三人よらば文殊の知恵って言葉がある。文殊ってなんだ？
This is where I come in, Subaru. It's two heads, mate.
いや、とにかく一人で考えるより三人集まった方が矢が折れにくいみたいな話だ。
Yeah, true. Wait, where the hell does an arrow come into the equation? I should think one head thinking by itself is also harder to break than a single arrow. I'm so confused. If you look like this normally, why the f would you choose to appear as a tiny little puppy? Roswell Ex Machina. This genuinely always makes me smile, so I'm removing a sin.
あと、胸がラムより大きい。
Subaru telling it like it is. F it. My third time seeing this and it's still weird.
ぽみょみょー。ぽみょ。ああ、なるほど。そっかそっか。
Don't get too excited, this is in fact a dude.
あれは何度か贔屓に踏み込んだ者の目です。
Well, that is an unbelievably good judge of character.
対話鏡？
対になっている鏡同士で映した相手と会話ができるミーディアなの。
You know, like FaceTime. Removing a sin for ReZero showing the anime world exactly how CGI should be used to effectively add to a scene.
助かったぜ、ロムジー。俺とこの子だけじゃやばかったかもしれねえとこだった。
Despite the fact that you single-handedly beat all three of them twice.
行く。
If dragon carriages can really stop this fast, then the guy back in episode 1A really was just an asshole.
どん底を待たせるのもわらわの優越よ。
You're a dick. Somehow Emilia and Roswell have only just arrived at the castle despite leaving by carriage while Subaru was still up in his room, spoke to Rem, left the room and then the building, ran down the road and got picked up. Must be magic. The dude kissed Emilia's hand one time. Chill the fuck out, Subaru.
事の起こりは約半年前、戦王をはじめとする王族の方々が次々とお隠れになったことに。
One would assume the royalty would have been guarded by knights or something, but literally one by one they managed to quickly disappear without anyone noticing.
カララギでは時間とお金は価値は一緒や言うてな。
Hey, we say that too!
自分が王として仰ぐお方、名をフェルト様と申します。
Was she busy just now or told to wait outside for dramatic effect?
Sit on my lap all you want, because I am a male Santa, and that is something that Phyllis cannot do. Oh my god!
What you want? じいさん、最近死んだことないか？
当主、ロズワール様がお戻りになられました。
Damn, Diva. Jinx bought me a coat. Oh, snap, man, we're still saying the same thing. This is amazing. Carrots, pumpernickels, glow sticks, twins.
Talk to the hand.
俺をこの屋敷で雇ってくれ。